Hello everyone, it's Roidman, and welcome to another project. PlayStation 2, one of my favorite systems. So, what game are we doing? Well, if you already seen my schedule that I posted on Blue Sky, you already know it, but this game makes use of the autosave function while the game is accessing a memory card. Not removable.
Sega.
Sega.
Robots made by the leading security company Mediotech are no longer responding to commands and are running amok all over the world. The International Security Organization, GUN, has begun to investigate the event. Mediotech has not yet issued a formal
Is this the
statement.
meteor that fell last night?
Yeah, the sound of the impact woke me from my sleep, and I found it outside. We'll be at Megalo Station shortly. What should we do, Sonic?
That elevator!
What's up with them?
Are they the ones from the news?
Watch out! Brace yourself!
Sonic!
What's going on? Is this the stone's power?
So, obviously that was the first cutscene of the game. But yeah, welcome to Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, the sequel to Sonic Riders. It does fix a few problems that Sonic Riders does have, but some people just prefer the first game over this one, but I do have some fond memories of this game. Let's enter into the game. Currently loading. And it's just gonna spring us into the race already. It's like,
All right, bring it on!
oh wait, what? Start. There we go. I press the start button. There we go. Okay. Not the shit. There we go. Yes. Now we're making a save file. So basically we got game start, extras, and options. Extra will actually have our shop. Game start is basically starting the game, and options is just going into the options. I'll show off extras later on, but right now, let's go to game start. So, in game start, we have story mode, normal race, survival mode, versus or co-op using special rules. And we also have the shop, which basically will have the trading game. We're going to basically be going through the story mode, and as those who remember from the Sonic Riders Let's Play, it's essentially going to be the race, and then I'm just going to go into that racetrack showing off the other shortcuts. But this game does fix the shortcuts a little bit differently than what some others are used to, which I'll explain once we get there. As you can see, we do have heroes, which is Team Sonic works to discover the rampaging robots. Before beginning the game, you can practice some of the game's basic action. Would you like? Okay, so I haven't touched this game in a while, so I might as well show this off so I can at least get a good understanding of what my buttons control. So, let's take the beginner course, and we'll start off with the start dash. First, let's practice starting a race. Match your timing to notes so that you cross the starting line the moment the countdown hits 0. Oh. So,
Sweet.
yeah, that's all that is for. Essentially, we're just going to go through in competition. Perform a start dash within 0.5 seconds. Simple enough.
Sweet.
Yeah. Essentially, the closer you get to it, the faster you start the race. That has not changed. I'm going to restart that, so it will teach us about other functions, so that is something that we'll also need to learn. So let's get our tricks going up. Exit the trick zone to perform a trick. When you do a trick, you will gain gravity points based on the rank of the trick. Try to time your tricks just right. Okay, so essentially, oh, yeah.
Yes! No way!
I did not. I did something wrong here. Okay, so you want to press X at the peak of this, so you can do a lot of tricks, and
No contest.
yeah, you want to do tricks. So let's begin competition. Form an A-rate trick within 10 seconds. How is it not allowing me to do action?
No contest.
That might become a problem later on, but too much of a problem. Now we have drift. Make those sharp turns using gravity control. Now this is going to be the main function that a lot of people have a problem with. Move the left analog stick and hold it using gravity control. Release to dash off. Enough? So when you get to like a corner like this, the game's basically going to ask you to do that.
Haha, did you see that?
Let's begin competition on that. And we just have to reach the goal within 9 seconds. Whole point of doing this trick is basically essentially taking this corner a lot quicker than your normal.
Haha, did you see that?
So essentially that is your drift. Honestly, at certain points I am okay with this kind of drift because previous drift, if you did perform incorrectly, you'd start ending up crashing into a wall. Oh, the gravity dive. This. Press L and R1 to activate gravity dive. A super dash and objects around you. What's a gravity dive? Basically, during the racetrack, you'll get a prompt.
Ready? Go!
Oh, I did that incorrectly.
Ready? Go! Sweet!
I did that incorrectly. In competition. Or gravity dive to reach. Okay.
Ready? Go!
Yeah, as long as you have
Sweet!
the meter filled up, you can basically go gravity dive. But there's another function of gravity dive that didn't really show off that I actually like. Which hopefully I'll be able to show off later. Gear change! This is going to be another thing that they fix. With like gears and such. After saving some rings, you can press triangle to gear change. Power up your gear with performance, special skills, and more to gain an edge in the race. So, when you get into a race, you collect rings.
Gear change!
In order to basically get more of an advantage,
Sweet!
you can basically get upgrades and such. Gear change to power up and reach the goal in under 12 seconds. Simple enough. Also, basically the speed, flying, and power characters' gear changes will basically be under this. So, if you wanted to fly or punch or grind on stuff, you have to earn it first. So, no taking shortcuts within the first lap. So, that course has been added to hands-on course. Yeah, we're gonna just go through all the tutorial just so we can teach you meteor bursts. Connect floating objects. Oh, this is the one thing I'm actually gonna like about gravity dive. By landing on objects in sessions to pick up some serious speed. So, basically, going to do the same thing,
Go!
but we were supposed to hit a train. We did not do that correctly.
Try harder.
This is why I wanted to get like, well, use controls here because
Ready? Go!
you can actually go into that and then basically increase your bar to allow you to go faster. In competition, form one or more meteor bursts before reaching the goal. Those meteor bursts will help you get ahead in the race. It will also be a part of an annoying mechanic later on.
Ready?
Luckily, the game is nice to you and allows you to function.
Sweet!
Yeah, allows you to at least know what point you can do the meteor. That's at least good. Gravity control for new routes with admit. Ooh, this is basically gravity controls before Mario Kart 8 was a thing. Yeah, Mario Kart, you think you're so slick? Sonic Riders was ahead of you in advance. Gravity controls you could even race along the wall. Press hold the mid trick. I know that this is actually quite difficult to do if you don't know what the right spots are, but essentially you'll see arrows where you can do this at. Basically, you do this, but you also basically land on here. But eventually, you'll get to a point where you can actually get.
Haha, did you see that?
You'll eventually basically get to points where you can get like items. Items are just other shortcuts that you can get to. let's do this without spending. So essentially jump, then this. Luckily the map will actually show you when you can do this. Like that. And we complete it.
Did you see that?
I'll save it again. So gravity controls are actually going to be your friends in space. Speaking of which, we're going to start off with the first of the class. Speed class being grind. Grind gear allows you to grind on rails. First save up rings, then use triangle to select grind. Once it's selected, approach a rail and press X to grind. Now this one you actually have to be careful of.
Gear change.
Okay, good. You don't have to hold it. I just have to jump. I know they fixed a lot of these. Especially grind where I was always confused whether you need to hold X or just jump X to grind. Or at least 2 grinds. Easy enough. But yeah, you can't do grinds until you get rings for it. So unless you get enough rings for it, you can't do a grind. And usually when you get to like the next grind point, you want to wait till you're at the light.
Sweet.
Now, because the speed character is locked behind the whole ring mechanic, so are the other 2 characters. So it'll also teach us about the other 2 mechanics, being bike and wheel. And this is not just airboards that we're riding on. We have a bike and wheels. Essentially, save up money so you can turn into a bike, and then that bike can destroy obstacles. So,
Gear change.
having gear change, you can basically punch the cars while you're in bike form.
No contest.
Addition, crash at least 3 cars before getting to the goal. Simple enough. Because
Gear change.
the gear change. Oh, come on. Really?
Way.
I just went. Yeah. Game will do that. I will get at least this completed. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't really need to move it in the first place. But yeah, this is just telling you that you can't just use your character's main thing right away. Now we have air rides. Basically, the flying attribute. Take these cards if you're aboard an air rider. First, save up some rings. Then use triangle to select air ride. Once it's selected, you can use the catapults to soar skyward.
Gear change.
So yeah, unless you want to fly. Okay. How did we already fail that? I want to try that again.
Guess my design needs work.
Yeah, let's restart that. Let's
Gear change.
put a gear change. Yeah. Essentially, it functions the same thing. You do have like controls. Don't stay on the up in the air for too long. Yeah, let's begin competition. It says perform at least 3 air rides before reaching goal. Let's see if we can do this. Now the thing is, like those, they will not open for you if you're not in the air ride. So that's something that you can at least depend on. But those air rides should be able to give you more shortcuts than anything. If anything, I think the flying characters actually have it more easier than everything. Yeah, you do have the power character which can punch through anything. Now they have to work for that. And essentially, that is the tutorial. Of course, it does take us out of the tutorial, right? Actually, you know, We already saw this cutscene. Aid the robots assault, get first place. But we will do that next time on Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Hoping that the quick game out of that because I'm not going to start that quite yet. I was not expecting the tutorial just to throw me back into the story. But yeah. Next time on Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, we'll be going to figure out why these robots are going berserk on us, since we did see the cutscene within the first, in the opening trailer. So, till next time.